back to another vlog, or if you're new, welcome. It's actually Tuesday, not Monday. I obviously had a very busy day at the office yesterday, as I typically do on Mondays, and so I just didn't get any clips, and I could have when I got home, but the only clip I got is of our dinner last night, which was spaghetti. So again, it was just a pretty typical busy Monday, so you weren't missing anything there, but I figured I would still take you along through the rest of the week and just kind of see how the rest of the week goes. But again, it's Tuesday. I just pulled into the office, so I have to get upstairs and get started with my day because it's going to be another busy day today. So I'm going to do that, but I did want to at least start off the vlog and just say welcome. Before we continue on with the vlog, if you could consider subscribing if you're new, and give the vlog a like if you enjoy it. I am going to go make some coffee, get started with my day, and we'll just see where the rest of the week takes us. About 10 o'clock and I'm getting ready to head to bed, but as you saw, we obviously went to Target and then ate dinner. Ryan got a pizza and I just did one of the pastas from Trader Joe's with some pesto sauce. But since we went to Target, I did want to kind of show you what I got because it's a little exciting, a little Target haul. First thing I don't have on me because it's in the kitchen, but I got 2 packs of the mini Alani News in the juicy peach flavor because I think my Target must have like just stocked up or something because there's actually kind of a lot of them, but I figured 2 packs will get me through 2 months since I usually have 2. Ooh, no, that math is wrong. I said 2 months earlier. It'll be a month because I use 2 per weekend, 1 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday, typically if I walk both days. So 2 packs will get me through 1 month, and I figured that's a start for now. So I did get that. I also got more of this Athena Club super pink glossy shave oil. Now I've used this already. This is my second time purchasing this and I do enjoy it. I figured I would purchase it again, give it some more testing before I maybe try a different shave oil or something like that. Obviously there's lots of different shave oils, creams, gels out there, so figured I would give that one another shot, and then if I decide I really like it, then I'll repurchase it again. And if not, maybe I'll try something else after that's done. But honestly, the one that I bought a few months ago obviously lasted me for a few months. So I don't see myself repurchasing or purchasing another shave oil or cream probably until maybe the end of the year. But anyways, I also got that. And then I bought another NYX brow glue. This is in the shade this is in the shade medium brown. I've been using a different brow gel for the last 5 months, and honestly I probably need to throw it away and get rid of it, which is why I decided to get this. Plus I just love the brow glue. I have used the clear one in the past, but I kind of prefer the tinted one just because then I don't have to use a brow pencil to fill in my brows as well, especially during the week when I just don't have as much time to get ready and I'm literally just doing brows and mascara. So got that. And then I decided to pick up the NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is in the shade 02 All Butted Up, which is light medium warm. They didn't have a lot of the lighter shades, unfortunately, but I was able to get this one. I figured this one would hopefully work for my skin tone. I have been using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for as long as I can remember, if I'm being honest, and that's another product where I've hit pan like a long time ago and I probably need to get rid of it, but I just haven't. But I did kind of break the compact a month or so ago, so with that being said, I think now is the time for me to finally get rid of it and try something else. I've been wanting to try the NYX Buttermelt bronzers, so I decided to pick that up. So we're gonna try that out this weekend for sure, but that's a little Target haul. We obviously grabbed a pizza for Ryan, and I also got a bottle of wine, and I think that was it. Oh, and razor blades for Ryan because we are out. I also use the razor blades to shave my face, the Harry's brand, because it's easier to shave my face than to get it waxed like I used to, besides my brows. But anyways, like I said, it's about 10 o'clock, so I'm going to head to bed and do a little bit of reading before I fall asleep. Obviously, I just started Powerless like a few days ago, so we're very early on, but I'm going to continue on with that and do a little bit of reading before I fall asleep, and I will see you tomorrow. And happy Thursday. First off, sorry for not chatting with y'all yesterday. I ended up getting to work late because there was a bunch of traffic, so I just had to run upstairs and get started with the day, which was pretty busy as usual. Then when I got home, Ryan and I went to go see Freakier Friday, which was really good. My parents went and saw it a few weeks ago, and my mom said it was hilarious, so it was pretty funny, and I did tear up a little bit because I'm just that kind of person. I'm just emotional, but it was really good. So we went and saw that, and then we came home and I showered and went to bed. So honestly, nothing too crazy of a day, but I feel like I didn't get a lot of clips because I was just kind of go. So sorry about that, but it is Thursday. It is 7:15 and I'm getting ready to head to work. There's not as much traffic today, so hopefully I'm not late, but I do have to get on the road. My plan for tonight is to hopefully actually get some editing done. Monday, I didn't get on my computer at all. Tuesday, I got on my computer and got like all the clips on there, but did not do any editing. I just did some gaming. And then yesterday, obviously, I just did not get on my computer at all. So tonight, the plan is to do some editing when I get home. I don't think we have anything planned for tonight besides being at home. So hopefully I can get that done. But anyways, before I yap on too long, I'm gonna head to work. So I will catch you later. Happy Friday. Sorry for not a lot of clips today. It was just a busy day in the office. It is Labor Day weekend, so no work on Monday, which is nice, but as we all know, Mondays are my busiest days, so I just had a lot to do to finish up before a long weekend. But it is 3 o'clock. I just parked at home and I'm going to head upstairs. We were able to leave work a little early today, which I probably should have stayed a little bit longer, but it's fine. I'll get everything done regardless. But Ryan is already home, so I'm gonna head upstairs and hang out with him and the cats, and we're just gonna relax, and I'm gonna start my weekend off. I did do a little bit of editing last night, but as per usual, it's a Friday, so I'm gonna lock in and try to get as much done as I possibly can. That way I can maybe enjoy my weekend a little bit. I think that's kind of the plan for this evening, is to just lock in and edit. I do need to do some laundry and like we need to do some stuff around the apartment as well, but majority of the night is probably gonna be spent at my computer. So before I yap too long and cut into my editing time, I'm gonna head upstairs and I will catch you later. Good morning, happy Saturday. It is almost 11. I've been up since honestly probably like 7:30-ish or so. Ryan ended up not going to work today, so we've been up for a couple hours just kind of hanging out. We just got my car washed and got groceries for the week, and then I ended up getting some Starbucks. So I'm now sitting at my computer, probably gonna do a little bit of editing for the next little bit. I have a nail appointment in about an hour at noon to get rid of the blue nails, so I'll probably do a little bit of editing until I have to leave. I don't know what I'm going to do for my nails this time around. I asked Ryan what he thought, and he didn't have any thoughts yet, so we'll see what we decide to do. But I just wanted to come on and say good morning. It's probably going to be a little bit different of a Saturday just because obviously Ryan and I already went and ran our errands, and I didn't go on a walk this morning. Then I'm probably not going to get many talking clips the rest of the day. We'll see. But we're just going to hang out and do some editing. Maybe I'll get the vlog done and I can do a little bit of gaming. I did game a little bit last night, so I haven't really done much this week besides what I did last night. So it'd be nice if maybe I could game a little bit more this weekend. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. We'll see what we do, but it'd be nice to continue getting back into the gaming. So anyways, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and probably watch some streams or some YouTube or something, and then we're gonna go get these nails done. Good morning, happy Sunday. It is about 10 o'clock and I've been up since 8-ish, just been kind of hanging out with the cats and all that kind of stuff. Ryan left for work about an hour ago. He starts at 10 today, so it's been the cats and I since about 9:15-ish, really. I was on my computer getting the vlog finished. I finished editing it last night and got it exported. I just needed to upload it and make a thumbnail. So I did that. So it's all ready to go. I just drank my Lonnie and I am going to grab something quick to eat and get out on a walk before it gets to be too hot. The high for today is almost 100. So I want to get outside before it gets to be too warm. And I just want to get outside in general. I didn't go on a walk yesterday because Ryan was here and we went grocery shopping before I went and got my nails done. And then by the time I was done with my nails, it was way too hot and I obviously had to finish editing the vlog. So I am gonna get out and get on a walk, get some movement in, get some fresh air. I also need to check the mail because I have it in a few days. We'll see what the rest of the day brings. I do want to stream today. What? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. The plan for tonight for dinner is going to be Italian cream cheese chicken. I have the chicken in the fridge and everything else in the pantry besides the cream cheese, which is also in the fridge. So once I get back from my walk and shower, I'll probably throw that in the crock pot. That way it can be in there for 5 to 6 hours. And then I will probably just do some things around here, get ready to stream and like figure out what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be hopefully a chill-ish Sunday. But these cats are on one right now, so who knows. But anyways, before I yap on too long and put off going on a walk, I'm gonna get outside and do that, and I will catch you later. It's a little after 1 and I have obviously gone on a walk. Got home, made coffee, which I'm still working on. I need to finish that. Showered, washed my hair, blow dried it, and I even like already did my makeup, got ready to hopefully stream in a couple hours. But I need to get dinner in the crock pot because showering and getting ready and all that stuff took a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. So luckily this crock pot meal only really needs to be in the crock pot for 4-ish hours, especially if the chicken is raw, which from what I've read, chicken is supposed to be raw when you put it in the crock pot, not frozen, but that's besides the point. Ryan's not even gonna be home until 7 anyways, so it'll definitely be ready by the time he's home. He can shower and then we can eat dinner like 7:30, 7:45, which is a little late for me, but that's honestly when we typically eat dinner, if I'm being honest, because he works until 6. So I will have this recipe linked down below. I've done it in previous vlogs. I think the recipe calls for a pound of chicken, but honestly, I usually just do 2 chicken breasts because I find doing a little less chicken makes it a little more, like makes it to where there's a little more sauce, which is kind of nice. Especially because I like doing it on noodles. Ryan likes rice. We do both rice and noodles, which is probably a little overkill, but honestly, he prefers the rice and I prefer noodles. So it kind of works out. And then we usually have leftover noodles for leftover chicken or, you know, other sauces that we have in the pantry. Next are our cream of chicken cans. It calls for 2 cans. So I'm going to put those in there and just get that on top of the chicken. And I have my little like spatula here to kind of get everything out of there. It's a little beat up from using it so many times on this recipe, but honestly, it still does the job. This recipe also calls for chicken broth, which I do add, but I typically add it after I've taken the chicken out to shred, and I'll add it to the sauce and just mix it all together before I put the chicken back in. That's, I think, a personal preference of mine. I don't know if it necessarily matters when you add it, but the recipe does call for it. I'm just not gonna add it right now. I'm gonna add it a little bit later. Not a little bit later, in like 5 hours. All right, next is our Italian dressing mix. Just sprinkle that on top. And then we have a brick of cream cheese, which I think I've said in past vlogs when I've made this. The recipe tells you to cube it, but lately I've been really lazy and I've literally just put the whole block on top without cubing it, and it's worked just fine. So if you want to take the extra time to cut it into cubes, go for it. But if you're lazy like me, know that it's not necessary. The recipe does say to put this after the Italian dressing mix, which I find if you just plop it right on top, it can make a little bit of a mess, but you just gotta be a little careful with it. And now we're gonna go an extra step and add some Italian seasoning and some salt and pepper. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I've been doing it the last few times I've made it, and it hasn't ruined it. It honestly makes it pretty good. Plus, Ryan loves a lot of pepper on this, so I try to add some while it's cooking. He still adds some after the fact, before we eat, but at least I can put some in so it kind of like cooks in it. Again, not part of the recipe, but the first few times I followed the recipe, and now I kind of just loosely follow it and, like, you know, add a couple extra things, do whatever I want, because in my opinion, baking is when you really need to follow a recipe. Cooking, you can kind of experiment a little bit if you want. So I'm not experimenting much. It's literally just adding some Italian seasoning and some extra salt and pepper, but it is different from the recipe, so I figured I would just mention that. Now I do kind of add a lot of pepper, but honestly, it's fine. Anyways, this is what it is looking like. So I'm going to put this in the crock pot and put it on low. The recipe says, I think, low for 6 hours, high for 3 or something like that. Again, it's linked down below. I usually just put it on low until Ryan gets home, and then I put it on warm. Now it's about 1:30, so I'm gonna put it on low. I'll probably put it to warm around 7, so that's 5.5 hours, which is more than enough time, especially since the chicken is already raw. I do find cooking it a little bit longer than the recipe calls for makes it easier to shred the chicken, but again, that's just a personal preference of mine. But yeah, I'm going to get this going in the crock pot, make my pizza, and then I'm just going to relax until I stream in probably an hour, hour and a half. We'll see what we end up doing, but that's just kind of the plan for the rest of the afternoon. About 9 o'clock now. We ate dinner a little bit later than I was kind of thinking we would, because Ryan came home a little after I ended stream, which was a good stream. We played Stardew, but came home and we ended up putting together some like shelves for behind the pantry door to give us a little more storage, and that took a little bit of time. And then obviously by the time we did that and he showered, it was like almost 8 o'clock when we went to eat dinner. So we did eat, and I'm going to get in the shower and just wash off my makeup and get ready for tonight. Since tomorrow is Labor Day, I don't need to go to sleep super early tonight. I want to try to go to sleep earlier than later. We'll see how that works out, but I am going to hop in the shower and just get ready for the evening. This might be the last talking clip of the day and the vlog. So I guess if that's the case, I will end the vlog here. So as always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, if you could give it a like and subscribe before you leave, I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.